Hey, thank you very much. So, as Tim knows, or Tim was one of those who lured me into this project to translate the PDFTalk library into all the other Smalltalks, basically the non-namespace Smalltalks. So that made great progress. So the translation engine so far is pretty good. There's one minor technical issue still to do, which is I replace names and remember the names in the table. So I have to carry this table all the way through the translation to catch all the names to be translated. This is too much for such a big library. The library is about 8 megabytes in source. And yeah, it's a bit tedious to develop it when you have to, I don't know, generate it every now and then, and it takes like 20 or 30 seconds, and it's annoying. So anyway, I want to chop that up so that you can have so that you can have incremental things. So you can have the values ported once and then take the table from there and port the stuff which depend on that. So you can mix like the translation tables from other translations. That's the idea. Okay, but that's progressing, or basically no, it's not progressing, because there's this project Tim is in, which is about analyzing PDFs. And I did some experiment on top of my library or with my library to read out the content, the graphical content of a page. And I want to show you that. Can you see that, my screen?
Yep, it's just come up.
So I have a PDF here. So let's just forget about this one. So I open a PDF, my snooper, which is only in VisualWorks, unfortunately, and this will not be ported, but I want to provide like a runtime or something. So I open a file, just a PDF file, and what you see is you have the pages, and in the pages you have the content. The content is basically the graphical things. That's if you know PostScript, that's very much the same. So you have operators and values and stuff like that. So for example, here you set a font. Oh, okay. One of those bugs is not fixed yet. Okay, I don't want to get into that. You can objectify these things, and then you have all these operations as proper objects, and you see in the middle the white table. That is how the state, the graphic state, is changing after the operators. So for example, this is really bad, but now we have an append rectangle. This is really bad. What do we have here? Anyway, so you get the idea. So you always have an operator, and then you can see in which context it's used, and then sometimes which resources it takes. I don't know if that works. That doesn't work. Yeah, there you see the resources. It's a font, and okay, stuff like that. Okay, but this is not so interesting. From that, you can construct actually objects. So here you have a marked content. So I'm working on that. That's called tag PDF, and it's on top here. So it's an artifact, and there's a dictionary with some information. It's attached to the top, and it has a B box, and it's a header, and it's a type pagination. So that's pretty cool information about this piece of PostScript that comes below, which is a rectangle and another rectangle and then a picture. Okay, that's fine. Let's see that. There's a picture. Can we see that? No, we can't. Okay. Oh, sorry. Anyway, so you get the idea. So the problem is there was one of these things I have to, I'm sorry, I really have to do that. I have to fix it because it has a list text, and we can just say self tag as text. Oh, how did I do that? Yeah, as text. So let's see how that looks. Not good. Why not? Why not tag? Oh.
Don't you have to save your source file and run it through the compiler to make these changes, Christian?
You mean? So here we go. Artifact. Ah, this is an artifact. Cool. Okay. So that's actually true. Well, whatever. That's a header. And we have a paragraph with a blank. Lovely. That's nice. Now we have a paragraph with some text. Ah, published. Okay. And another artifact. So the header, what does the header say? Security playbook for information system. So if we look at the PDF, we should kind of see that. Security playbook for information system. And this, for example, this Canada thing is probably the image, which is the artifact which was marked there. Maybe we can see that. So there are the objects. There was the image. The image was here. The LM1, that is this one. That is no, it's a JPEG. Sorry, can't do that. Okay, too bad. So that's the idea. So this is tag PDF, and tag PDF is what you want. That's how PDFs should look like, because then you can generate very nicely all kinds of HTML similar lookalikes or something like that. So it's pretty cool. And yeah, you can do a lot of things with this. Maybe I have more examples. You know. Not really. No. I will leave it with that. So that's my second project, and this will be, of course, translated as well. So you will, at some point, will get the chance to play around with content of pages, and that's quite interesting. And also, it will be easy to manipulate this. So in small charts, I use PDF as an output medium for my graphics. So in the graphics, okay, I should get out of here. Stop. So the graphics, I did a framework which I think is very interesting. It's basically a symbolic way to describe graphics. So on a very high level, you can compare that to HTML and CSS. So I extracted all the style and position information into dictionaries or kind of registries. And the graphics are described in a way which only deals with symbols. So you cannot actually count, you cannot measure, you cannot do anything like that, just like in CSS. So you cannot find out how long a string is in some kind of font, in some kind of size, until you print it and measure it after that. So that's a kind of similar idea. And this model opens extremely interesting pattern of how to describe graphics. So this is going to be outsourced, open source. So I decided that, and there's one guy I did it with. So we had 2 little sessions, and it is in its own package in the public store already. It's called Symbolics Graphics or Symbolics Graphic, something like that, a word play. And the tests are already run. So it's probably I have to fix up some things. There's no documentation, of course, but it's out in the open, and that will be also translated to the other small talks. That's the plan. Okay, thank you. Question.
And that takes us neatly to sort of the neat 10 minutes. But if there's any questions.
Okay.
A comment for those that are looked at PDFTalk. We've been using it in our production system with everybody, and both VisualWorks and in Gemstone for about 10 years now. I think I've sent Christian maybe 3 questions and things to look at over those period of 10 years. So it's an impressive piece of work. Well done. So it's really nice to see it being ported to different dialects.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we should miss the transform tool either. I mean, porting a piece of software from one dialect to another is one thing, but what Christian worked on that I think will end up being more widely important if we take it up properly is the transform tool, the ability to basically take a VisualWorks chunk of software with its namespaces and various platform idiosyncrasies and so on, and output it for other dialects. Squeak, Faro, Gemtalk, VAST, whatever. And obviously the dream is to run it through itself and have a version that runs in Squeak and that can turn a Squeak program back into VisualWorks or something. Whether that'll actually happen is an interesting question, but it's definitely what one should be aiming for, because it means suddenly that a whole load of software that's been ghettoized.
Yeah. So this really worked out pretty well. So after the Gemstone thing a couple of years ago, I now did the rewrite basically, and it's very robust, and I haven't encountered any situation which I couldn't describe by this kind of framework. And it's pretty nice. So it makes porting more an engineering task than like a genius strike or something like that. So it's you can really track your progress and all this stuff. It's very nice. Yeah. Oh, by the way, track your progress. Can I just show you one more thing, which you probably haven't seen? That is this last progress thing here. So that's the state of the port. It's Quick, Faro, and VA. So you see the tests for values are fine. In VA, we even have values tools. That's cool. So you can actually develop with values there. And PostScript is here in the Squeak derivatives very near to completion, I think. So
Cool.
I already got a change set which has only 3 more errors or 3 fails, I think, in all the tests. So PostScript is near, and PostScript is also a standalone package. You can use just that if you want, if anybody ever want to use PostScript again.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Nice.
Thank you.